Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first day of May, but the third day of the district tournament here in Riverside in Parsons, Tennessee. And it's win or go home. The stakes have never been higher. It's your Hickman County Bulldogs taking on their rival, the Lewis County Panthers. And both of these teams have found themselves in the losers bracket. Hickman County played Lewis earlier this week on Wednesday and fell by a final score of 9-2. Hickman County would then go on to defeat East Hickman yesterday by a final score of 10-6 to put themselves in this game. Lewis County, after beating Hickman County, would fall to Riverside in the 7 p.m. game last night by 1 run. And boy, was it a competitive ball game. But what Lewis County can't afford to do is overlook these Hickman County Bulldogs, because Hickman County has beaten them once before. Now, the Panthers do have the advantage in this series. They've won 2-1 in the 3 times they have played in 2026. But I want to take you back to the last time Hickman County beat Lewis. It was in the regular season 2-game series. Lewis County took the first game at their place, and it looked like they were going to sweep the regular season in Centerville. But the Bulldogs had other ideas, and it was a slugfest. On that Tuesday, March 31st, Lewis County accounted 15 hits, while Hickman County accounted 12. Both teams had 3 errors apiece, but it was Hickman County having the last laugh, winning 13-12 after rallying back down by 9 runs. And the hero of that game for the Bulldogs is the same man that takes the rubber, and that's Carter Bates. On March 31st, in that win against the Panthers, Carter came in, worked 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts, and what was a gutsy performance. And we are just about ready for first pitch from Riverside. This long-awaited matchup, it's win or go home. The winner goes to the district championship game as well as to the regional tournament. And Major Qualls, leading off for the Bulldogs, takes the first pitch from Keegan Clayton, the lefty for Lewis County, and fouls it back over the net. Hickman County also saw this southpaw Clayton on that March 31st win. Clayton started the game, went 3 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And Major Qualls takes the ball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Qualls swings, skies it to left field. He's under it, and he makes the catch. Doesn't have to move too much. So it takes 3 pitches to set down the Hickman County leadoff man. And let's take a look at the Lewis County defense. In the outfield, from left to right, it's Phoenix McDonald in left, Dakota Hull in center, and Cam Owen in right field. Now up for the Bulldogs, it's Andy Kraft, the 2-hole hitter. He's first pitch swinging, chops it to second, fielded cleanly, and he's retired on 1 pitch. Quickly 2 up and 2 down for the Bulldogs. Now the infield for Lewis County. At third base, it's Caleb Moore. At shortstop, it's Maddox Tanner. At second base, it's Rylan Ham, who just made the play. At first base, it's Colt Skelton. And the designated hitter is Jackson Long. Caleb Moore at third base is the player being DH'd for. And now it's the 3-hole hitter for the Bulldogs, Aiden Spiegelmeyer. He takes a first pitch downstairs for ball 1. Chopped to third, fielded by Moore on a hop. Tossed to first, a high throw, almost pulled him off the bag, but Skelton hangs with it. And Clayton's able to make quick work of the Bulldogs. They take their first cuts when we come back. So Keegan Clayton was able to make quick work of Hickman County, and now Carter Bates on the mound for the Dogs looking to replicate that success. But before he delivers his first pitch, let's take a look at the Bulldog defense. In the outfield for the Dogs, from left to right, in left field it's Major Qualls, in center field it's Aiden Spiegelmeyer, and in right field it's Wyatt Bates. The infield for Hickman County, playing third, is John Michael Lewis. At shortstop is Andy Kraft. At second base, it's Braden Chesser. At first base, it's Kylan Seal. Behind the plate is Braden McCaleb. And on the mound, of course, is Carter Bates with Ruger Toddy as the designated hitter. And he will be hitting for the first baseman, Kylan Seal. And going back to Lewis County's arrangement, their catcher is Braylon Bean, and of course their pitcher, Keegan Clayton. I feel like I neglected to say that when I was going through their defense the first time. And now the leadoff hitter for Lewis County steps up. It's the shortstop, Maddox Tanner. Tanner, in every matchup that we've seen these Panthers against these Bulldogs, it feels like he has always been the leadoff hitter. And for good reason. He hits the ball well, runs even better. He's the kind of guy to start a rally, and the first pitch looked like Bates tried to go with a little bit of off speed. It misses high for ball one. Bates, the 1-0 pitch is fouled back over the first base dugout, and Carter Bates, we can say this about several Bulldog pitchers, but he, more so than anybody else, works with such breakneck speed on the mound. 1-1, Bates winds and delivers. Fastball up the middle, Chesser gives it a look, but it's in the center field for a leadoff single, and Maddox Tanner reaches. And we know Bates is the kind of guy that can make short work of lineups, pitching the contact. Most of the time it's weak contact. And we did see him strike out 6 batters against Lewis County in the Bulldog win on March 31st. So he's a bit of a jack of all trades on the mound. He has been dealing with a shoulder injury, which is why he had been designated hitting and playing first. So whether or not he's 100%, and when it comes to sports, I feel like it's rare that anybody is ever truly 100%. But we're going to find out Carter's mettle as he contends with a runner on first. Jackson Long at the plate, first pitch, missing up and away. And McCaleb pump fakes a throw to first, trying to keep Tanner held on. So 1 ball, no strikes to Jackson Long, and Long was feasting in that game the Bulldogs won at the plate. The 1-0 pitch is over for called strike 1. Long also played third base and pitched in that game, but has the nod as the DH tonight. Bates works that slide step fastball, hit sharply the other way, past the diving Chesser. Tanner through second, he goes to third. The throw from Bates comes in to the shortstop Kraft at second, and it's back-to-back knocks for the Panthers. It's first and third, nobody out for the 3-hole hitter, Dakota Hull. And right now, Lewis County is simply hitting them where they ain't. And if we go back to the game on Wednesday where Lewis County was victorious 9-2, it was spearheaded by a 3-run first inning. Now, the Bulldog offense didn't do themselves any favors, but whenever you start behind the 8 ball, that makes it oh so difficult. Long, decent lead off first. He takes off first pitch, pitch out. McCaleb throws to second. It's off the glove of Kraft. And sliding in head first is Tanner at home, and the Panthers are on the board first. And that's been a bit of a problem for McCaleb these last few games. Overthrowing the ball down to second base. And this time it gets Lewis County jumping out the starting gate. So a runner now stands at second, still no outs. The pitch to Hull roped into left field. It drops in front of Qualls. Qualls fields on a hop. The throw to the plate. McCaleb has to run up and catch it with no play at the plate, and it's 3 straight hits for Lewis County. 2-0 Panthers, and Dakota Hull moves up to second on the throw-in from Qualls. So we're seeing more of the same that we saw on Wednesday in this matchup. They got to figure it out soon. The Bulldogs still looking for their first out in the inning. Bates checks back at second on Hull. Now looks twice, spins. Thought about throwing, but holds on to it. Now it's the catcher, Braylon Bean. He went yard in the game on Wednesday against Jackson Warren. And that 2-run home run, certainly another catalyst for the Lewis County momentum that propelled them to victory. Bates again checks a couple of times. 2-0 pitch to Bean. Misses just low for a ball. So the scoreboard says 3-0, but I believe it's 2-0. Yes, it is. And Bean takes a healthy cut at a low and away fastball, but comes up empty for strike 1. And Bean blisters this ball to center field. That caught all barrel, and it one-hops the wall. Spiegelmeyer read it nice. Hull had to pull up. Wasn't sure if it was going to be caught or not. And Bean pulls into second with a double. Make it second and third for Lewis County. Still nobody out. And we're getting an early mound visit by Cody Duchesne, the Bulldog head coach. And he brings the infield in. And this can sometimes be the Achilles heel of Carter Bates. Yes, he does throw a lot of strikes, but similarly to Jackson Warren, if he's not hitting his spots precisely, dotting corners, teams can tee off on him. And unfortunately, that's what we've been seeing thus far. And now you got to think, what are the odds the Bulldogs bring the infield in to try to keep any other runs off the board in the first frame? Hickman County hasn't exactly been in the run-scoring business in this district tournament other than the East Hickman game, but granted, most of those runs were off errors. They haven't done a great job at situational hitting. Now Coach Duchesne walks back to the dugout, trying to settle down his arm. Bates ready to work against Keegan Clayton, the pitcher for the Panthers. And in this early spot, he has a chance to give himself some cushion on the bump. Keegan steps into the left-handed batter's box. Bates still working from the stretch. Takes a look over to third. The first pitch, Clayton drives to center field. Spiegelmeyer in a sprint to right center field. It's off his glove. That'll score 1. A strong throw in holds the runners at second and third. 3-0 Lewis County, and more damage left to be done.
Now back number 21, Ryland Ham.
And it seems like everybody in this Lewis County lineup is seeing it like a beach ball. And we're going to see a courtesy runner for Braylon Bean, or for Keegan Clayton rather, over at second. And I don't see a number 24 listed on their lineup page. I would love to tell you who it is, but until I find out, he will just be referred to as the courtesy runner. So still nobody out for Ryland Ham. First pitch fastball misses in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Bates delivers. Ham swings away to pitch up in the zone. Major Qualls. That ball has some carry at the wall. It's off his glove and over the fence for a 3-run home run. It looked like Major had a play on it, and we see him favoring his right hand, which is his glove hand. And it might have bent awkwardly over that metal fence. 6-0 Panthers. And there still hasn't been an out recorded. And I'm at a loss for words. Bates, at the very least, has a chance to reset with nobody on base as Colt Skelton steps into the box. Bates misses back-to-back pitches up in the zone. 2-0. Fastball over, swing and a miss, strike one. Two-one pitch, low in the zone, gets another swing and a miss from Skelton. And Bates 1 strike away from the first out in the first inning. Goes again with the fastball, weakly popped up behind second base. Chester drifting back, and he makes the catch. So finally we see an out in the inning. And I want to go back to the Ryland Ham home run. It's almost poetic in a negative sense for the Bulldogs, because in that game where Hickman County came back down 9 runs, Ham did not have a great game by any means. He wore the sombrero, striking out 4 times, including making the final out in the ball game, which gave Hickman County the win. So he is definitely turning things around. First pitch swinging by Phoenix McDonald, driven to right field, and this ball's gone. 2 home runs in the inning. 7-0 Panthers. And he got every stitch. Wyatt Bates simply giving a courtesy look. And we see action down there in the Bulldog bullpen. Number 2, Kincaid Green, getting ready to go. That brings in number 4, Cam Owen, the 9-hole hitter. Bates misses outside with a fastball, 1-0. Fastball weakly hit to center field. Kraft going back. Chesser also gives it a look, but it drops in. So one of the few pieces of weak contact Bates has been able to generate, and of course, it also drops in for a hit. So everything going right for Lewis County, and now it's back up to Maddox Tanner. He started this inning with a leadoff base hit, as they have now batted around. He's 1 for 1, came around to score, runner breaks, gets away from Carter, and it skips up to McCaleb, and Owen takes second base with ease. The pitch in there, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goes with the fastball, dots it low and away, and now we see on Lewis County's side, Keegan Clayton, after this long inning, looking to keep himself warm. Off speed, misses. That curveball could not have missed by much. The count goes to 2-1. And Bates has to step off. Andy Kraft was talking to the field umpire, who was obstructing his vision. But a pretty easy fix. And now we're ready to go again. The 2-1. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Count goes even, 2-2. Bates delivers. Fastball the other way. Chesser, who was holding on the runner, it gets past him. The wave on at third. And Owen scores. It's an RBI single for Maddox Tanner. He's 2 for 2 in the first inning.
Now bat number 25, Jackson Long.
And whatever you consider to be DEFCON 1 in the baseball world, that's what we're facing right now. Bates check on first, spin, pickoff move. Tanner's back in as Jackson Long in the batter's box. He also has recorded a base hit. He singled the opposite field. And time is called at the plate by the home plate umpire. Aggressive secondary, a pitch out. McCaleb pump fake down to first, but Tanner not moving. The 1-0. Long pops it up and foul. Goes up near the parked cars on the top of the hill behind first base. Pretty aggressive lead over at first. Tanner continues to add. Pick off to first. Good idea by Bates, but Tanner, cat-like reflexes, dives back in. Bates again goes with a high fastball. Not sure if that was a designed pitch out, but I suppose it works as one if the runner broke, which he did not. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jackson Long. And Tanner again getting jumpy over there at first. And he might be in the head of Bates. Carter again pick off. And again, Tanner is safe. Tanner breaks, fastball's popped up, out of play, over the net. And it's over the heads of the Bulldog faithful, everybody ducking for cover. And we've got ourselves a 2-2 count. Still just 1 out in the bottom of the first. 8-0 Panthers. Bates long pause, delivers a fastball, just missing outside. The count goes full 3-2, and we might see some action over at first from Maddox Tanner. Couple of checks by Bates, delivers, fastball misses away, and Jackson Long able to work a walk. First and second for Lewis County, and Dakota Hull back up again.
Number 17, Dakota Hull.
He smoked an RBI base hit with some serious exit velo his last time. And now another RBI spot for the Panthers center fielder. Bates just trying to get a ground ball hit at somebody to try to get out of this inning. Hull swings away, pops it up third base side. Lewis has room, I think. And that ball swaying. Tough play for John Michael, looking straight up, drifting, and it lands in foul ground for strike 1, so Hull gets new life. That's a difficult play whether you're at the high school level, college level, or professional level. We've said this before, but those high infield pop-ups feel like skyscrapers that sway in the wind to keep their foundation. Curveball drops in, froze Hull. Now Bates ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 to Hull. Low fastball didn't get him to chase. Nice block by McCaleb to keep the runners where they are. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bates with a spin. Tanner again. Very aggressive lead. And again he spins and takes a look back, and Tanner in standing without a throw. Hull smacks it to center field. Spiegelmeyer back near the track. Makes a leaping grab. What a catch. Both runners tag. The throw comes in. And the runners move up on the fly ball, but a nice catch by Spigs in center, drifting towards the right center field gap. And that ball was a few feet away from yet another 3-run bomb.
Now bat number 13, Braylon Bean.
So with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, Braylon Bean back up for his second time. Bean doubled and scored his last time. Bates starts with a curveball in the dirt. Bean thought about it but isn't biting. Carter back in the windup. The 1-0. Fastball. Strike 1. High strike just above the belt. Off speed line drive over the head of Lewis. It drops in front of Qualls. 1 run scores. Long around third. 2 runs score. 10-0 Panthers.
Now bat number 22, Keegan Clayton.
And number 23, Gunnar Franks, is in to run for the catcher, Braylon Bean, at first as the courtesy. And now Keegan Clayton up at the dish. Clayton's 1 for 1. He also drove in a run. And Clayton pops it up in the foul ground, Seal underneath it, and he makes the catch. And mercifully, the inning comes to an end, but the Bulldog season already in serious, serious peril. Lewis County hangs a 10 spot on 10 hits. We'll be back with the top of the second. So we welcome you back to WNKX, this audio-only presentation of the district tournament semifinal game between the Bulldogs and the Panthers of Lewis County. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and the Access Tennessee app. And if you're just now joining us, no, your eyesight does not deceive you. It is 10-0 Lewis County in the second inning. So Carter Bates looking to get things started for the Bulldogs. And if you're Hickman County, you see the deficit. You can't afford to mail it in. This is your season on the line. Bates off the hands. The second baseman makes a leaping grab. Are you kidding me?
Now bat number 12, Burton McCoolin.
So some good juju for Lewis County in Parsons, Tennessee. A nice leaping catch by the second baseman, Rylan Ham. So it's 1 up, 1 down for the Dogs. Keegan Clayton on the mound working efficiently, and McCaleb swings at a high fastball and fouls it back. McCaleb takes a fastball low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Takes another pitch low, 2-1. The 2-1 delivery misses upstairs. 3-1 the count, and the Bulldogs, they can't afford to chase pitches at this juncture. Can't have any greedy at-bats when you're down by double digits. And McCaleb, I think that might have hit him. Well, whether it's a hit by pitch or ball 4, all the same, McCaleb on first with 1 out, and he'll be courtesy ran for by Jackson Smith. So the Bulldogs have their first base runner of the contest, and it comes in the top of the second. Now due up the 6-hole hitter, John Michael Lewis. Clayton goes to the plate. Lewis turns on that ball, hits it sharply. And it clangs off one of the buildings above the third base dugout here at Riverside. Lewis a little spin to win on that one. No balls, 1 strike. Jackson Smith, the modest lead off first. Ball gets in the dirt. Bean can't find it. Smith takes off. Low throw to second. And he slides in on the wild pitch. So Lewis takes, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith, short lead off second. The 1-1, Lewis pops it up over our heads. And it bounces near Jeremy Qualls, heads up. And now John Michael behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Bulldogs gotta have something. Keegan goes to the plate. Off speed. Lewis pops it up into foul ground. Third baseman fading over. Leans over the fence, but can't make the catch. Pretty valiant effort by Caleb Moore, but new life for Lewis. And he seems to be on it, but something John Michael has done this season has been overswing, trying to do too much. I mean, when you're down 10 runs, you got to shorten up, put the ball in play. Just got to keep the line moving. You can't get it all back with 1 swing. Keegan goes home. Lewis. Fly to straightaway center. Hole underneath it. He makes the catch. And with the strong arm out in center, Jackson Smith not tagging up, and he stays at second. So 2 outs for the Dogs in the top of the second inning. For Braden Chesser. Chesser with a 2-out RBI opportunity. Still a runner at second base. But thus far, still a pretty painless inning for Clayton. Chesser takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Again, Chesser watches. Again, it misses for a ball. 2-0 the count, so Clayton has missed once high, once low. Couple of checks back on Smith, goes home. Again, misses upstairs to Chesser. Way ahead 3-0, and I can't imagine the green light's on for the freshman here. Clayton delivers fastball middle, strike one. And to be expected, Chesser taking all the way. Clayton quickly delivers. Called strike two. Chesser thought about making his way down to first, but it caught the corner. Now the count goes full, 3-2. Clayton delivers quickly, misses up and in for ball four. So Chesser working a 6-pitch walk. And now it's Wyatt Bates. He had a base hit in the contest yesterday. It looks like his swing's starting to come around, and the Bulldogs need him here. 2 outs, Chesser on first, Jackson Smith on second. Clayton goes home, chopper to short, Tanner fields it, goes the short way to second, Ham there to cover, and on one pitch, that ends the inning, and the Bulldogs strand two. And we're just about ready to go with the bottom of the second. Rylan Ham will be leading off for the Panthers.
In the bottom of the second, the number 21, Rylan Ham.
Ham hit that 3-run home run in the last inning, which went off the glove of Major Qualls. He almost brought it back. But it was quite the hit parade for the Panthers back in the first, and Carter Bates back on the mound for the Bulldogs, looking to find some kind of momentum. He yielded 10 hits, 10 runs, and 1 walk on 42 pitches in the first inning. First pitch to Rylan Ham is skied foul down the left field line. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses upstairs. 1-1. And Bates steps off, wants to reset. Now back on, here we go. Fastball over for strike two. The 1-2, Bates working quickly, goes at him with a fastball skied to left field. Major Qualls shading over into the gap, still on the move, and he makes the catch. So it's 1 up and 1 down. So Bates already off to a much better start in the second inning.
Now bat number 6, Colt Skelton.
Now due up is Colt Skelton. He's one of the only, as a matter of fact, yes, the only Lewis County Panther to not join the hit parade. He takes ball 1. Bates again with the fastball, misses outside. The 2-0, fastball again. Skelton a little jumpy, out on his front foot. Misses, 2-1. Bates again goes right at him with a fastball, and Skelton timed up that time. He fouls it straight back into the net. 2-2 count. Bates to the plate. Breaking ball popped up. McCaleb in a sprint to the Lewis County dugout, and it bounces in with the Panthers. Skelton staying alive at the plate. Tries to get him to chase with a high fastball. Skelton, a disciplined take, lays off of it. Count goes full 3-2. The payoff pitch. Fastball popped up again out of play. So after that first swing and a miss by Skelton in the at-bat, he's been on it. The payoff once more. Popped up. This one shading out of play. We saw Chris Seal with the wheels tracking that ball down back here behind us. The battle continues. The 3-2. Another foul ball popped behind the concession stand. Neither guy willing to give in. Let's try it again. And Bates sails the fastball above the helmet of Skelton, and it's an easy take for a one-out walk.
Now back number 7, David McDonald.
And in the last inning, we saw Kincaid Green getting warmed up for the Bulldogs, but this time around, nobody in the dog pen. Now it's Phoenix McDonald. He left the yard as well. He pulled a fastball over the right field wall. Runner breaks, hit and run on, and he fouls it back foul over the Lewis County fans. No balls, one strike, healthy lead off first. And Skelton dives back in. Bates trying with the pickoff move. Runner breaks again. McDonald swings, pops it up in the infield. Chesser over, calls it, makes the catch. And Skelton, in a dead sprint from second, able to retreat back to first with the hit and run on. But it's 2 outs in the inning for the Bulldogs.
Now back number 4, Cam Owens.
Now it's the 9-hole hitter, Cam Owen. He singled his last time through. And a scoreless inning for Bates almost seems like a necessity if Hickman County wants any molecule of a chance. First pitch misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Second pitch in there, strike 1 to even the count, 1-1. So we saw Skelton take off twice in the last at-bat with McDonald. Hasn't broke yet, but does have a pretty aggressive lead. The 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball in the dirt, runner breaks. McCaleb gathers, but no throw. It got caught up in the feet there of Owen. Two balls, 1 strike. Runner now stands at second. Bates spins. No throw. Bates comes set, the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss by Owen. And when your teammates have been hitting as well as Lewis County has today, it's easy to get overly aggressive at the plate instead of going back to what got you to the dance. I believe Owen guilty of doing that on that swing. 2-2. Bates delivers. Fastball. just missing off the outside corner. Good take by Owen, runs the count full 3-2. But even with the lead, Lewis County not getting cheated at the plate. The payoff. Chopper over the head of Bates. Kraft charges. He fields it. Throw to first in time. Nice stretch by Seal. So after the 10-run first, Bates able to hold the Panthers scoreless in the second, but the Bulldogs have got to get the bats going. And the next time Lewis County will bat in the bottom of the third, they will begin their third trip through the order. Hickman County still has yet to complete their first, as the 9-hole hitter Ruger Toddy, the designated hitter, stands in. Ruger Toddy also celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday, Ruger. No better present you can give yourself than to be a leadoff base runner to help your guys win. Ruger Toddy, a stellar young man, on and off the field, takes the first pitch downstairs for ball one. Keegan Clayton, who's been working oh so efficiently. Toddy swings, skies it to left field. He's underneath it, and he makes the catch. Phoenix McDonald hauls it in, and it's 1 up and 1 down.
Now bat number 14.
And Toddy dropped that back shoulder ever so slightly. If he stays a bit more through that ball, that might be heading to the highway. But Major Qualls back up for the Bulldogs. He's 0 for 1. Clayton delivers. Qualls takes outside ball one. And hard to believe Clayton still under 30 pitches. The 1-0, Qualls up the middle, base hit. So at the very least, the Bulldogs will not be no hit in this one. They've got good speed on the bases. And if you want to do damage, these are the guys you got to rely on to get that going. The top 30 your order, the top half. So now Andy Kraft steps in. Keegan Clayton slide step from the mound, delivers a fastball over the heart of the plate for strike one. And with Qualls, loves to steal bases, but got to be leery of the left-handed move. Again, the slide step from Clayton goes again with a fastball, but this time misses above the letters for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner breaks, pitch misses inside. Qualls head first slide. The ball's off the glove of Ham and rolls off the back of Qualls, so an easy stolen base. And now the Dogs have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. They are trying to break the goose egg. Couple of checks, the 2-1 pitch to Kraft. Up the middle, that's played by the shortstop, spinning throw. Goodness gracious, what a play. And it feels like there is a hex on the Bulldogs. I thought that was a base hit up the middle all the way, but Maddox Tanner says otherwise. And with Qualls moving down the line, makes that play even tougher. Spiegelmeyer steps in with 2 outs. Qualls does move up to third, so the Dogs' first run of the game is 90 feet away. Spiegelmeyer looking to deliver. 1-0 count. Chop to third. That hop plays him. Long throw across the diamond. Not a chance at getting Spiegelmeyer. And the Bulldogs are on the board. Major Qualls, who broke on contact. And while the lead is still a large one, you got to start somewhere. And yesterday when Hickman County had that 8-run 4th inning against East Hickman, it came with 2 outs, and it came on errors. Bates, first pitch breaking ball, misses just below the knees. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Bates hit one off the handle where Ryland Ham made that tremendous leaping catch his last time up. Called strike 1 on the outside corner. And that had to have grazed the black. Count even 1-1. Clayton a couple of checks, slide step. Bates chases a ball in the dirt. He's behind in the count 1-2. And here's where Bates can really pick himself up on the mound by battling in this 2-strike count. And he gets a piece, fouls it back, and he stays alive. Still 1-2. Spiegelmeyer breaks. Pitch up and away for ball 2, and no throw. Spiegelmeyer steals second. So now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, Carter Bates with a ball in the outfield. Could be a run. Clayton quickly delivers, misses downstairs to run the count full, 3-2. Now if you're Bates, here's where you need a disciplined at-bat. You just need base runners. Can't chase. Base hit ball 4, 3-2, misses down and in. A tremendous at-bat by Carter Bates, and the Bulldogs have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And now is where the Bulldogs really need Braden McCaleb. And McCaleb has to break that habit of chasing the first pitch. He tries to jump on it, but more often than not, it results in either a pop out, a fly out, or something non-competitive. First pitch to McCaleb. He takes a first pitch, strike 1. The 0-1. Breaking ball drops in for strike 2. So we talked about McCaleb arguably being overly aggressive early in counts, but now a lack thereof. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to the catcher. Swing and a miss. So it's been a common theme this week. The Bulldogs strand runners on. They leave 2, but they do get one of those 10 runs back. It's 1-10 now. Lewis still leads. We're on to the bottom of the 3rd. Carter Bates had a much more efficient inning in the second, yielded no runs and no hits. He did issue the walk, but other than that, not bad. He sits at 63 pitches, and he'll have to deal with the top of the Lewis County order. It's number 1, Maddox Tanner, stepping in for the third time, and he made that stellar play ranging up the middle, taking away a hit from Andy Kraft. It was impressive enough that he got a glove on it, much less to make the spinning throw on a line. Just crazy stuff. First pitch pops it up, and that's out of play. So Bates gets ahead with a first pitch strike. And you can just see the aggressiveness of these Lewis County hitters. They can smell blood in the water. The 0-1. Bates takes a bit off and misses outside, 1-1. Tanner is 2 for 2, a pair of hits and an RBI. He's also scored twice. Bates delivers, fastball, runs it by the bat of Tanner. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, fisted into center field. Spiegelmeyer should have it. And he makes the catch on the move. 1 up and 1 down for Bates on the rubber.
Now batting number 25.
And we don't blow smoke when we say this. It's crazy how much the complexion of an inning can change when you can record the first out. And the same goes when the Bulldogs are at the plate. When you're not getting that leadoff runner on, it feels like you're having to work a little bit extra to get something going. So it goes both ways. Jackson Long in the box now. Bates goes at him. Line drive to left field, fading fast, and it drops. 1 hops in front of Major Qualls, and it's a 1-out single for Long. His second hit today.
Now bat number 17, Dakota Hall.
So that brings in Dakota Hull for Lewis County. He's 1 for 2. He has an RBI and a run scored. Pickoff to first, taking a look at Long, and he's back in head first. Bates comes set, delivers to Hull. Fastball, chopper to short. Easy hop for Kraft, to second for 1, on to first. Not in time. Hull beats it by a step, but they do get the lead runner on the 6-4 putout. 2 outs.
Now bat number 13.
And other than the hit back in the first inning, Carter Bates has done a pretty decent job at containing the big center fielder. So now the cleanup hitter, Braylon Bean. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs. He came around to score once. Hull modest lead off first, and Bates steps off. The pitch to Bean. Missing up and away for ball 1. I want to say that pitch up and away was also by design. Just trying to keep an eye on Dakota Hull, a pretty good runner over at first. The 1-0. Bates slide steps to home. Fastball at the knees, called ball 2. So Bates behind in the count on the mound, 2-0, to Bean, a slugging catcher. Again misses low with a fastball. Bean ahead, 3-0. Bates gets a pitch over for a called strike in the same exact location it was called a ball a few pitches ago. 3-1. That 3-1 misses up and in for ball 4. Runners on first and second for Keegan Clayton. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Now bat number 22, Keegan Clayton.
Now Gunnar Franks back in, a courtesy run for the catcher Braylon Bean. Bates needing just 1 out to get out of the inning scoreless. The pitch to Clayton. Taken for a called strike 1. The 0-1 to Clayton, upstairs, fastball. 1-1. That ball's ripped into right field. Bates coming on it, drops in front of him. Windmill on for a hold. The throw from Bates is cut off by Seal, and Lewis plates another. So the 1 run Hickman County was able to push across in the top of the third erased. And Coach DeShane makes the walk out to the mound, and I believe it's time for Kylan Seal to enter the ball game.
Now bat number 21, Rylan Ham.
So Bates is pulled in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. He's still responsible for the runners on first and third, so we can't close the book on him just yet. But if this is the last time Carter Bates takes the mound for the Bulldogs, you hate for it to end that way. He finishes after going 2 2/3, 12 hits, 11 runs. All 11 were earned, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. And credit to Lewis County, they were just seeing it well today. But now they call upon Kylan Seal, and Kylan was able to handle the Lewis County lineup pretty efficiently on Wednesday. Needing more of that success here, they want to keep this a 10-run game. Kylan Seal implements that cutter, slider, also a 4-seam. And I had a chance to talk to Kylan after the game on Wednesday, and we were just chit-chatting about his work on the mound and how good it was. And I told him, I said, man, that cutter you throw is nasty, especially when you keep it on the same plane as the slider. It's almost impossible for hitters to keep up with what it's going to be out of the hand. And he said, Josh, I don't throw a cutter. He said he just grips it like a 4-seam fastball, but his arm angle, it delivers some natural cut. So whether accidental or not, it's a pretty darn tough pitch to hit for hitters. Especially if you're a righty, it tails away from your bat. If you're a lefty, it cuts it on the hands and easy to get jammed. But Kylan looking to strand a couple of runners on base. Trying to keep it right where it is. And the first batter Seal has to face is Rylan Ham. He's launched a 3-run home run already today. He's 1 for 2. First pitch misses high. Michaela pump fakes a throw to second. And the runner takes without a throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position. John Michael Lewis cheating in on the grass. Carter Bates, who now plays first, stays in the ball game, is behind the bag. Ham fouls it straight back. The 1-0, now even 1-1. The 1-1 from Seal. Off speed in the dirt. Nice block by McCaleb. Perhaps a run-saving block. But a pretty easy take for him at the plate. The 2-1. Seal goes right at him, and it's fouled over the net. Counts even 2-2. We got deuces wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. Seal 1 pitch away from stranding the runners. Seal delivers. Off speed doesn't get him to chase. A great take by him at the plate, and now the count goes full 3-2. I don't know how you lay off that. The 3-2 Seal hits him in the elbow. Would have been ball 4 anyway, and if you're the batter Ham, you're thinking, man, can you just walk me? But he was wearing the protective elbow guard, so I'm sure it didn't hurt too bad.
Now bat number 6, Colt Skelton.
But now the bases are loaded for Colt Skelton. Skelton's 0 for 1. He's worked a walk. Ground ball sharply off the shin of Kraft. Throw to first, and he beats it. So Kylan got his ground ball, but it still plates a run. 12-1 Panthers.
Now batting number 7, Felix McDonald.
So if you'd believe it, that's the first error of the ball game by the Bulldogs, and that just shows you how well the Panthers have been hitting the ball this afternoon. And McDonald swings out of his shoes on a pitch that dives towards his back foot. And there's that aggressiveness of Lewis County. Again, goes at McDonald, and he fouls it back. He got a piece. No balls, 2 strikes on Phoenix McDonald, the left fielder. Seal delivers to the plate. Off speed, grounded to first. Bates makes the play, takes it himself to the bag, and the inning's over. But the Panthers able to plate 2 more, but Kylan Seal does his job out of the bullpen. No earned runs on his ledger. And if we take you back to when Hickman County played Lewis County at home, 12 runs was not enough to beat the Bulldogs. But that's also when Hickman County had 12 hits. Not going to come back when you're looking at 2 hits in the column. Got to take it 1 inning at a time. We're going to the 4th. So we're ready to go in the top of inning number 4. John Michael Lewis getting things going for the Bulldogs. They're down by 11. So if Hickman County wants to win this ball game, they'll have to eclipse their best comeback record, which was previously at 9 runs. 11's a pretty big deficit. First pitch to Lewis off speed, called a ball. Fastball, Lewis pops it up, heading our way, just over my head. And it bounces off the concrete, everybody ducking for cover. 1-1. And watching those foul balls that head over our head, it's a little bit scary. You know, I don't want any of our equipment to get messed up. I'm afraid I'm probably pretty washed when it comes to catching baseball, so I wouldn't want to put our equipment in my hands. 1-1. Another off speed. This one misses just outside. 2-1. The Bulldogs looking for any signs of life. The 2-1. Lewis swings away at a fastball low in the zone for strike 2. Count evens up. The 2-2 from Clayton. Low and away, ball 3. Lewis trying to work a leadoff base runner. The payoff from Clayton. And he goes up and gets this one to stay alive. Possibly ball 4, but way too close to take on a full count. The 3-2 again. And Lewis blisters this ball into center field. It one hops in front of Hull, and it's a leadoff single. Just chain them together, fellas.
Now back number 28, Braden Chesser.
It's now Braden Chesser trying to do his job. He's 0 for 1, or 0 for 0 rather. He worked a walk. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Lewis modest lead off first. The 1-0 to Chesser. He takes inside for ball 2. Chesser taking all the way. The 2-0 pitch misses downstairs, 3-0. Chesser was also in a 3-0 count his last time. Clayton got it back to 3-2 and then lost him. The 3-0 pitch took a bit off the fastball and puts it right down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike to the Bulldogs' second baseman. Clayton delivers. Chesser takes inside for ball 4. He works his second walk of the day. Now it's Wyatt Bates, so maybe the bottom half of the Bulldog order trying to spark some magic.
Now back number 7, Wyatt Bates.
Bates steps out of the box, gets his sign from Coach DeShane. The runners glancing over at him as well. The third baseman Moore playing even with the bag, perhaps a step in front. The first baseman Skelton playing in front of the runner. Bates takes the first pitch ball. The 1-0. Bates thought about it, holds up for ball 2. The pitch misses just inside. Now Clayton having a bit of control issues on the mound, but these are the issues you can afford to have when you're up by 11. The 2-0. Bates taken all the way, and Clayton finds the zone for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike to Bates. Bates, a big cut, comes up empty for strike 2. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clayton delivers. Bates, line drive sharply, foul down the right field line. A bit of a protection swing that caught a healthy amount of barrel. Just trying to stay alive. 2-2. Clayton delivers again. Breaking ball froze him. Strike 3. Bates was buckled, and now it turns over to Ruger Toddy. He's 0 for 1.
Now back number 18, Ruger Toddy.
Ruger hit a ball pretty well in the left field, but it was caught by McDonald. He takes the first pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to the Bulldog DH. Clayton goes again. Toddy fouls it off. Hits off the helmet of Bean. Count goes even 1-1. The 1-1 misses outside for ball 2. And if nothing else, the Bulldogs eating into the pitch count of Keegan Clayton. He's up to 65. Toddy up the middle. Tanner ranging. Makes the play. Goodness gracious! Maddox Tanner. He can do it all. Takes it himself to the bag for 1, throw to first, inning-ending double play. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. So Kylan Seal back on the mound for the Bulldogs. All things considered, he's looked pretty good in the district tournament on the mound. He only had to record 1 out in the last inning. Gave up no earned runs. He has to contend with Cam Owen, the 9-hole hitter who will be leading things off for the Panthers. And the Bulldogs have to hold him scoreless here because they already have to score at minimum 2 runs in the top of the 5th or else this game's over. Owen squares, puts a bunt down. McCaleb fields it, throws to the inside part of the bag. And a nice play by McCaleb, again, one of the best defensive catchers in the district. Showcasing it right there, and it's 1 up, 1 down. It's not easy for a catcher to shoot up out of that stance. Still with the helmet on, mind you. And then make a calm, cool, and collected throw to first base with a pretty good runner moving down the line. And now the lineup turns over to Maddox Tanner, who's been killing the Bulldogs both at the plate and in the field. He's 2 for 3. He's scored a pair of runs, and he's also driven in 1. Takes a first pitch strike. He goes down and gets it and lines it in the center field. Fielded on a hop by Spiegelmeyer, and it's a 1-out single for Tanner. It's a 3-hit day for the Lewis County shortstop. Now Jackson Long in the box. He's 2 for 2. He scored twice, and he's also walked. Seal misses low and away. McCaleb has to smother. 1 ball, no strikes to Long. Runner breaks. Pitch misses for a ball. McCaleb's throw is out of the reach of Andy Kraft, trying to cover the bag. and it's a stolen base for Tanner. A runner in scoring position for Jackson Long, who's ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Seal goes at him, swung on and missed by Long. Might have got a piece of it, fouled into the catcher's mitt. Tanner, a huge jump. He breaks for third. Not a chance at a play, so McCaleb takes a bite out of it. But Long does come up empty on the swing and miss, so the count goes even 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball past the glove of the pitcher Seal in the center field. It's an RBI single for Jackson Long. (13-1).
Now bat number 17, Dakota Hull.
Seal takes a check on him at first. Steps off, takes a look back. First pitch to Hull, called strike one. The cutter darts to the outer half. No balls, 1 strike. Hull is 1 for 3. He scored twice. He has 1 RBI. Seal elevates a fastball with stilts. Misses high to even the count 1-1. Seal to the plate. Past the glove of McCaleb to the backstop, and Long takes second. And the skies starting to fill with clouds, and that's about how it feels to be a Bulldog fan right now. The 2-1 pitch from Seal. Ball 3, I guess. I'm pretty sure Braden McCaleb saw 2 strikes in that same spot. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count goes full to Dakota Hull, 3-2. Seal looking to put away Hull. The 3-2 payoff. Couple of checks on the way. Fastball fouled straight back. So Hull staying alive at the dish. He'll see another one from Kylan. (3-2). Hull fights it off again. I wonder if his favorite Bee Gees song is Staying Alive, because that's what he is doing right now. And it's been quite the battle between Seal and Hull. Good pitcher versus good hitter. The payoff. Struck him out. Runs a fastball in on the hands. And Dakota Hull, trying a bit of self-preservation, comes up empty. 2 outs in the inning for the cleanup hitter, Braylon Bean. Bean, who's batting for the 4th time. He's reached all 3 times. Couple of base hits and a walk. He's scored twice, and he has 2 RBIs. First pitch runs away, ball 1. The 1-0. Up and away, ball 2. Bit of frustration on the face of Kylan Seal on the mound. Come set, deep breath, the 2-0 pitch to Bean. Misses off the inside, ball 3, 3-0 the count. And Seal takes a bit off, a get-me-over strike belt high to Bean. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Runner on second. And Seal sails the fastball, misses high for ball 4. So Lewis County, runners again on base, first and second, 2 outs. For number 22, Keegan Clayton. Gunnar Franks in to run for the catcher Bean. First pitch, called a ball. Just below the letters. 1 ball, no strikes. Big swing and a miss by Clayton. Foul tip into the mitt held on to by McCaleb. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clayton's got a pair of hits on the day. Take strike 2. Seal dotting the fastball low and away. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seal delivers, off speed, drops it in, called strike 3, and the inning's over. But Hickman County has to score at least 3 runs to keep their season alive for just an inning longer. At least. Let's see if there's any life left in these battling Bulldogs when we come back for the 5th. So Bean throws it down to second to end the warm-ups of Keegan Clayton, who tries to finish this one off to send his guys to the district championship game where they will meet Riverside. And you know what they say, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. And we're about to see how much fight is left in these Hickman County Bulldogs. They'll have to dig down into their heart and soul. Keep this one going. Clayton delivers the first pitch of the fifth. Major Quall starting things off. And he takes the first pitch for a called strike one. Breaking ball drops in above the zone, evens the count 1-1. Qualls is 1 for 2. He scored a run, the Bulldogs' only run. Takes a fastball running inside. He's ahead in the count 2-1. The 2-1 from Clayton. Qualls takes a big pass. Misses it, strike 2, count even 2-2. Qualls shortens up. Trying to put something in play. The 2-2 runs it on the hands. He swings and misses. That's the first out. And the Bulldogs are down to their final 2 outs.
Now bat number 9, Andy Kraft.
Andy Kraft in the box. He's 0 for 2. Swings at a first pitch, fastball elevated, fouls it out of play. The 0-1 from Clayton. Takes outside for ball 1. Kraft chops it, hits off his leg, foul ball. He's behind and they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Andy trying to fight in this at-bat. Takes upstairs for ball 2. Count even 2-2. Takes the fastball low, below the knees. Count goes full, 3-2. Andy chokes up a little bit. Here comes Clayton. Chopper foul. So Andy continues the fight. And the magic run that the Bulldogs need to keep this game going is still in the hole. The 3-2 payoff. Chopped to third. Fielded. Throw to first. Pulled him off the bag. And Andy reaches on the throwing error by the third baseman, Caleb Moore. So now the run the Bulldogs need is in the on-deck circle.
Now bat number 1, Aiden Spiegelmeyer.
Aiden Spiegelmeyer at the plate with Andy Kraft on first. Spiggs is 1 for 2. He drove in Major Qualls on a base hit. Blistered in the 5-6 hole, and it's a first pitch single for Aiden Spiegelmeyer, and now that much-needed third run is at the plate. And it's the cleanup hitter, Carter Bates. Bates is 0 for 1. He's flown out to the second baseman, and he's worked a walk. Clayton delivers. Bates watches a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Clayton delivers, spikes another one. Pretty aggressive secondary by Kraft, but since his run means next to nothing, no reason to be too aggressive. Bates ahead 2-0. Clayton delivers again, misses low. Kraft breaks for third. And Spiegelmeyer makes his way to second. So second and third for the Dogs. 1 out, 3-0 count to Bates. The 3-0, he watches all the way, called strike one. The 3-1 to Bates. Chop to third, Moore can't handle it, under the glove of Tanner. And there's another run, 13-2. Now the Bulldogs just have to find a way to push 2 more runs across to keep this game going for at least another inning. It's Braden McCaleb due up with 1 out. Spiegelmeyer, who wasn't able to go to third because he had to watch it all the way through, stands at second, Bates at first. Clayton delivers. McCaleb takes outside for ball 1. And time is called. Bean will talk to his pitcher. And now the Lewis County coach will make his way out. And I wonder how long the leash will be for Clayton before we see Dakota Hull pulled from center field. Hull, usually their closer. But I don't know. Maybe they want to see Clayton finish this thing out. He's currently at 85 pitches. He's given up 6 hits and 2 runs with 4 walks. The 4 walks being probably the most alarming stat. So it was a pretty brief chat between coach and pitcher. So Braden McCaleb in the box, ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Clayton kicks and deals. McCaleb chopped to third. Step on third. Not this way. Double play. And the season's over. Your final score from Decatur County: Lewis County 13, Hickman County 2. The Panthers will go on to play the Riverside Panthers here in just a few moments in Game 1 of the district championship. If Lewis County wins, there will be a Game 2 tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 and a winner-take-all matchup. But either way, both Lewis and Riverside are guaranteed spots in the region tournament. We know there's a lot of great players, great guys on both of those teams. We know they will represent our district well. We wish them the very best of luck. But right now, it's going to sting for us Bulldog fans. And what started off as a test drive for baseball here on WNKX has turned into an absolute joyride. What a fun season this has been covering Bulldog baseball. And this hurts so much. This is the hardest part of the job. Every year you have to say goodbye to a group of seniors. And there are few better classes of seniors than these guys right here. I could take another hour or more talking about all the good things about the senior class, how they've represented this school, how they've represented the baseball team. And we love those guys a ton. You guys have made this season what it's been. You've made my job easy. You've made my job fun. A big thanks to all the parents who have supported us, to the concession stand workers who have taken care of us at home games, to everybody who's been there every step of the way. And as fun as this year has been, it's only been the first, with plenty more to come. We're excited to bring you Bulldog baseball starting next year. But man, as I sit here in this chair, as people start to file out, it's hard not to think about the fun go golf that was played with the coaches and those seniors. The talks we had in the dugout, just about life, about MLB The Show, video games. Man, what a great group. It's hard not to get emotional. I know the seniors are going to be taking this one pretty hard. The last game always is. Whether your last game is in the state championship or whether it's in the district tournament, it doesn't matter. It all hurts the same. And I also want to give a very special thank you to my broadcast partner who's been there with me for most of these games. And that's Colby Shelton. I know he's in Boston right now. I hope you're having a blast, Colby, if you go back and listen to this. But you've been an absolute joy to call games with this season, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for Bulldog baseball. But there's not much to talk about as far as this game goes. Again, your final score, Lewis 13, Hickman County 2, and the season has come to a close for 2026. So for Josh Copley, being myself, for WNKX, once again we say thank you, seniors, parents, fans, coaches, for being with us every step of the way. And this will be the last time WNKX will broadcast the sport for a few months. I know it's been a busy season so far between football, then going right into basketball, going right into baseball. So now we get time to catch our breath, some time to reflect and to prepare for the fall semester. But until then, I'll see you later.